Welcome back, Mauer Law students. I hope you all had a restful and relaxing break. This is your dedicated interim Lexis research consultant, Kate Montgomery, and this video will help prepare you to conduct legal research on Lexis Plus for your upcoming trial-level brief writing assignments. During this video, we will cover formulating searches, how to best formulate searches, including terms and connectors or Boolean search logic tips, advanced searching, as well as the search tree and search term map features. Lexis Answers, what Lexis Answers is, and how it'll help you as you begin your research. Ravel View, how to use Ravel View to find the most cited to and relevant case law. Narrow by jurisdiction, i.e. post-search filters, how to use them to find the materials from your court or jurisdiction. Headnotes, how to use Lexis Headnotes to expand your research. In that same vein, Shepherds, how to use Shepherds not only to validate your research, but expand on it as well. Keeping track of your results, saving documents to folders, highlighting things like that, and how to best organize and keep track of your results. And finally, we will briefly touch on how to find court rules as well. This may sound like a lot, but I promise you got this. And by the end of this training video, you will have the skills you need to complete the case law research required for your trial level brief assignments due this semester. Now, to go over these research topics on Lexis Plus, we will use the following hypothetical. Let's say a senior attorney at the criminal defense firm you're interning at this summer wants you to become an expert on the Fourth Amendment. Specifically, she's asked you to educate the department on whether or not a defendant's Fourth Amendment rights have been violated if the police access the defendant's cell phone data without a warrant during a lawful arrest in the Northern District of Illinois. She wants a presentation ready on this topic by the end of the week, so let's get started. First, let's review how to best formulate searches. I recommend using a combination of natural language searches and terms and connectors, otherwise known as Boolean searches. As a reminder, natural language is how you search on Google or other internet search providers. For example, you may want to search warrantless cell phone searches. Natural language will also often populate Lexis Answers results. Lexis Answers is a quick and easy way to help you find starting points to your research when you are looking for answers to a legal question or definitions of legal concepts. It will populate language from cases, statutes, and secondary materials which match either the legal question you typed or define key legal concepts within your search terms. However, to write a more concise search and find the results you're looking for faster, we'll want to use Boolean search techniques as well. The top three connectors we previously discussed include or, and within. Let's elevate our original natural language search, warrantless cell phone searches, by adding connectors along with a couple new commands. By adding these connectors and commands, I've told the system that I want the word warrantless within 25 words of the exact phrase cell phone within 25 words of search or searching or searched as expressed by my root expander command. Had we run the natural language search as is, we would have retrieved over 10,000 results. With our Boolean search, we have 1,631 cases that are talking about the exact terms we're interested in as they relate to one another. At the top of the page, find the search terms that were used in this search. Then to the right of those terms, find the search tree icon. The search tree provides a visual representation of the Boolean search, how the search was run, and how each connector affected the search. Across the top, notice that if each one of these terms had been run independently, there would be several thousands of results. But by adding the connectors, the search was narrowed significantly, and the most relevant results were surfaced. Remember, you can edit your search using the pencil icon and reevaluate your search using the search tree to help familiarize yourself with Boolean search logic. Using the Lexis Plus search tree is the best way to understand a search query and will help save time during the research process as you learn to better refine your results. Going back to the search string, notice that each of the search terms has been assigned a unique color. Then, these colors display in a bar within each search result. This bar is called the search term maps. You can quickly scan your site list using the bar to find where and how your search terms are being used within that document, allowing you to quickly determine material's relevancy to your research needs. It may also tell you if you need to broaden or tighten your proximity connectors as well. Don't forget, you can also explore all commands and connectors and run a segment search by using the advanced search link on the Lexis Plus homepage. This pulls up a form that enables you to quickly find exactly what you need. For example, let's use this dropdown to select the content area cases. You could now fill in the form and search specific segments of the case. For example, under the core term segment, enter the terms warrant and cell phone. Core terms are identified terms in a given case that have been identified as the most important. They help tell us what the case is about. To look at all different segment types, click on the image to the right. This sample document and segments will change based on what materials you're searching for, so keep in mind this one is for cases. This will change if you choose secondary sources or what have you. Once you have your terms entered into your segment search, scroll down and hit the search button. This will provide a list of cases that contain warrant and the exact phrase cell phone within the core terms segment of the case. Advanced search and segment searches help you locate the most relevant documents with ease. Now that we've used our search techniques to find relevant cases, let's find cases from the jurisdiction outlined in our assignment. While in the Cases content category, scroll down the left-hand side of your screen to review all post-search filters. Specifically, locate the court post-search filter since we're interested in cases from the Northern District of Illinois. Then we will want to select the 7th Circuit under the federal jurisdiction. However, if we click the plus sign next to the 7th Circuit, it will open up further court options. We can hit the plus sign again next to the 7th Circuit United States District Courts, and from there we can select the United States District Court of Illinois, open again once more, and get our Northern District of Illinois cases. We've now narrowed our results to cases in our exact court. Another feature that will help you find the most relevant cases is Lexis Ravel View. Ravel View is a result view that helps you see the big picture, especially as you begin your research. It'll help you find key cases faster, uncover overlooked cases, and view citing trends on a particular topic. To see our results in Ravel View, we'll go to the top right corner of the results list and select the citation map icon. No matter how many results your search yields, this view will always show you your top 75 cases from your search. This search only has 10 results, therefore we will only see 10 cases. With these top cases, the tool shows us citing patterns. Each circle on this chart represents one case. The bigger the circle, the more it's been cited to by the other cases represented on this graph. When you click on a circle, it'll pull up the case and its overview for you to review. The higher the circle is in its lane or court, the more relevant it is in your search terms. The x-axis shows the time it was published, and the y-axis is the court and is organized by court superiority. Again, we just selected the Northern District of Illinois, so we are only seeing results from this court. The lines show the shepherd's treatment between these cases. None of these cases appear to have cited each other, so we don't see any. But of course, this is a result view, so we can use our filters to manipulate what we're seeing on this chart. Since we've selected the Northern District of Illinois, we're only seeing one row of cases. So let's go ahead and use our filters to delete that and instead look at top cases from the 7th Circuit and the Supreme Court as a whole. Again, I'll just click on my filters, go to the 7th Circuit here, and click on the U.S. Supreme Court filter as well. Now our results will generate and show us something a little bit different. There's a Supreme Court case that's been cited to a lot, and we should probably check it out. We can even see that is number 5 on our traditional result list. That's why it's important to use both the graphical view and the Ravel view to analyze your results. We want to check our citing trends to make sure we're not missing the big case when it comes to our topic assignment. All in all, post-search filters and Ravel view are great tools to help you find the essential authority on your topic. Now that we've found a helpful case for our project, let's go over how to expand our research with headnotes. Remember, when you find a headnote relevant to the issue you are researching, Lexis Plus offers a number of features which makes it easy for you to instantly expand your research. For our purposes, let's check out Headnote 8. This headnote is categorized under constitutional law, fundamental rights, search and seizure, scope of protection, so on and so forth. If you wanted to expand your research on any of these topics, click the blue down arrow next to the topic. From here, select Get Documents to find all documents in that key topic. If you wanted to use this headnote in your research, you could quickly find the quote by clicking the blue Headnote 8 button. This will jump you directly into the opinion where the quote is located. Click it again to go back to the list of headnotes. A more like this headnote link appears at the end of each headnote. This feature points you to other cases with similar headnote language. Just click it to get fast access to additional potential relevant authority. Save time by utilizing the power of Lexis plus headnotes to instantly expand your research and uncover more on-point cases. Another great way to expand your research is by using Shepard's Lexis Legal Citator Service. Since we previously reviewed Shepard's signal meanings, I will just remind you to refer to the legend if you are still memorizing their meanings. Once we Shepardize this document, you can see on the top left that Riley v. California received the yellow triangle symbol, meaning that the case has been criticized or distinguished. Open the analysis filter on the left-hand side and click Caution. We've now narrowed our Shepard's report to show only cautionary cases, and we can use our court filter to narrow down to the 7th Circuit. We now have 19 cautionary cases to review. Each case contains an excerpt that distinguishes the Riley case. Determine if each case is discussing the point of law you're interested in and see if it affects how you can use the Riley case. For instance, what were the distinguishing factors? If there is a particular headnote, legal topic, or holding you're interested in, you could also narrow your Shepard's report by that particular headnote as well. You can also use Shepard's to expand your research as well. While I must stress that if a case has any negative treatment, you need to read the cases to determine the precise effect that negative treatment has on your issue, case, or argument, you can also review the positively followed cases to find support on your issue. Narrow your Shepard's report to positive cases and review the excerpts like we did for the caution cases to determine if any cases support your research or argument. Also in the Shepard's report, click on the Other Citing Sources tab. This tab lists every other place Riley v. California was cited outside of case law. This includes statutes, secondary sources, and court filings. For example, if you want to make sure you understand the full issue before you dive into a presentation on this topic, select Content, then Treatises to get expert guidance. Shepard's is a great tool to make sure your case law is valid and to help expand your case law research. Before you wrap up your research, don't forget to find pertinent court rules. The easiest way to find court rules on Lexis Plus is to go to the Explore Content section on the Lexis Plus homepage. Click the State tab and select your jurisdiction. For our hypothetical, we will select Illinois. From there, we'll look for a source titled Illinois Local, State, and Federal Court Rules. Once we click on the source, we will either scroll or run a search to find the pertinent rules. While our hypothetical only requires us to present internally to the department, if you ever needed to submit something to the Northern District of Illinois Courthouse, I would want to read the rules of the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois first. Last but certainly not least, make sure to keep track of and save your research. Folders on Lexis Plus and the History feature are a great way to do so. In fact, I will click on History now to re-access one of the cases we were going over, Riley v. California. To do so, I just hit the History button, went over to My Documents, and it instantly shows you the last 5 documents that you've accessed. If I want to save the Riley v. California case, I can do so by going to the top right-hand corner of my screen and clicking the folder icon. From here, I can save it into one of my 3 folders I previously created, or I can click Choose a Folder and create a new folder. For now, I will go ahead and put this in my essential authority. There are many ways to organize your research. You can organize by issue, topic, or authority. Here, since we only have one issue, I've decided to organize my folders by essential authority, other authority, and read and distinguished. Essentially, I would put in my top authority, my authority from the 7th Circuit, Supreme Court, and any mandatory documents in here. By other authority, I may end up putting treatises and guides, anything that's going to help explain my argument for my issue. And last but not least, I would do a read and distinguished folder. This is where I would put things that maybe don't fully apply to our issue or cases that have come from different jurisdictions that don't apply. But like I said, you can certainly organize your research however you want. And there's a couple features you should know as you're moving about and saving your materials in here. You can first rename your folders. If you don't like the way you've organized it, don't just trash them. You can reorganize them, and you can also move documents throughout the folders. For instance, I have Riley v. California. I would just come to these options up here and click Move. I would select it, then click Move, and I would move it to any of my other folders. When I go back to my folders, I can also add notes. Maybe essential authority doesn't mean anything to me right away because this is the first trial brief I've ever written. You can click Add a Note here, and you can put in what exactly you want to put in this folder, any notes that you need to know possibly the topic that you're researching that's going to help you strategize and organize your research. Last but not least, you can of course annotate and highlight directly in a source. So I will click back on the Riley v. California case to illustrate this. Highlight and annotate, simply just take your cursor and highlight, and it'll give you the option to highlight and choose a color. And you can also annotate your work as well. You can click on something you've highlighted and click add annotations. Your annotations and highlights will show up over here. Even if you do not save the source to a folder, your annotations and highlights will remain on the source. So you may run into past use work in the future. So something to keep in mind there. Another feature I wanted to point out about history is the research map feature. So like I said before, you can see your last 5 searches, documents, and the last 5 Shepherd's reports that you've pulled. You can also view your history in its entirety here, but you can also click on the research map. While your history will show you the last 90 days of your research history, the research map will show you the last 30 days. However, it's going to show you visually what you've done over the last 30 days. This is a really great tool, especially if you want to see what kind of searches you've been running. If you've did a lot of research one day and can't come back to it a week later, you can see kind of where your head was at. It's a really good learning tool as well, especially if you're starting to learn Boolean search logic. So highly recommend checking this out. As you can see, it gets very granular. It's going to show you what post-search filters you chose, how many results you got when you removed them, and ultimately what you ended up clicking on. And there's our Riley v. California. So certainly check this out to help you with your research. You are now prepared to begin your legal research for your upcoming trial brief assignments. If you have any further questions about anything covered in this training video, reach out to your professor or me at caitlin.montgomery@lexisnexis.com. Good luck!